Hi, my name is Michael Zima. I'm an SEO expert and expat based in Mallorca, Spain. Today I'm going to be answering a question from George. I just saw this contact message come in and I was thinking about making this video today. Great timing, George. So his question was, how do you get your brand name to autocomplete in Google? Well, that's a very good question, which brings me to my point. Brand is the most important keyword of your business. This is how your potential customers and your existing customers are going to find your website. A lot of the time people are going to enter your brand name instead of entering your full URL to come to your website. Enter keyword, click on the first result because it should be your brand. That's the sort of trust you have with your brand name and if you achieve your brand. So some things to consider. Offline, you have to make sure you're using your brand name the same way you are using it online. Online, you need to make sure you only have one variation and one spelling. You can't have multiple variations, multiple spelling. It's just going to start confusing Google. Now, your social media profiles also have to have your brand, and they also have to link back to your site. These are all touch points to build your brand. Then, when you have schema markup, which is a language created by Google, it helps you mark up your business and your brand identity, the different versions of your brand, even your social media profiles. This all starts to come together to build a proper brand identity. If you've ever Googled IBM and you look in the knowledge panel right here on the left, you're going to see the business name, their website, Wikipedia, their stock ticker. They have a lot of different components that goes into their brand, and that's how Google can contain that information inside of the knowledge window. So that's one way to do it too. And content marketing is the final step for building your brand. You can work with industry insiders and also industry publications, for example, and contribute content and feature your brand in their content. And featuring your brand is going to tell Google that you're being acknowledged by another website that is validating your brand, and it's going back to your site. So these are all the major components. So to reiterate, you need to make sure you have the same consistent brand name. You need to make sure all of your social properties and all the text on your website mention your brand. You need to make sure you're using schema and you're leveraging it to the fullest extent. Those are all very important. And finally, the hardest one, content marketing. Brand name is going to be a measure of your marketing, as I was talking about earlier. So as your marketing starts to hit and your non-SEO marketing starts to hit, you'll start to see your brand name. SEO is a part of that, but you can also look at that as a health indicator. So take that tip to heart and track your brand equity, because this is how you grow your business and build a base for sustainability, and you don't have to worry about your alternate non-brand keywords. And when you're telling Google that you're already in business and you have people searching for your brand name, you're going to start ranking for more unbranded keywords that you start to optimize on your site. I just want to leave off on one thing. There's instances where you can have a common brand name, such as A1 Cleaners. A1 Cleaners is very common. You have to also tell your customers to distinguish between the differences. And to compete with a brand name like A1 Cleaners in your market, you have to go head to head on local SEO. So this becomes more of a local SEO play and less of a branding play, because you're at a disadvantage since you have a common brand name. So stay tuned and watch our next video. Well, I hope this was helpful, George. We'll talk soon more in detail. In the meantime, let me know if anyone else has any questions about this comment and have issues with their brand.